Okay, welcome all. I hope you are able to hear me clearly. Now, as far as the DSL practical is been concerned, we will just today discuss the assignment number one, which is based on the set theory and how it can be performed. As we are all well known to the concept of Python programming. Now, as far as data structure is even concerned, so when we say data structure, we have to design a class. So first thing is we have to design a class as per the problem statement is concerned. What we'll do, we'll copy this work over here in the discussion window. So I'll have a blank screen for you. Yes, so I'll just share the screen. Yes, participants able to view the screen.
Yes, sir.
We will try to enlarge it as possible. Yes, is it visible now? Yes, everyone.
Yes, sir. So your feedback is very mandatory. Now let us discuss about some facts. Just see whether we are able to get responses from the participants. Yes, participants, are you able to hear? Just put some message in the chat box or able to view the screen. Okay, so you are able to view the screen. So let us analyze the problem statement. So first problem statement is we have to create a class for second year computer. So naturally in Python, we have the class method, and we should give the class name as something like SECOM. So we are creating the class for SE computers over here. Now let us see the attributes of the class. So what will be the attributes in the class? So student will have some roll number. So I discussed that student will have roll number. Then student will have some name. He will have some name, and he will play some of the events. So either he is playing cricket, or he is playing badminton, or he is playing football, or he will play all the three games. So what we do, we create a flag for that. So let us create flag for cricket. So if this flag is 1 for cricket, then it will assume that he is a cricket player. If this flag is value is set to 0, then he will assume that he is not a cricket player. Then again we set a flag for the second post is badminton. So I write badminton. You can write a short form for that. So we should use badminton short form. Then next is either he is playing football. So let us create a flag named football. So first, understanding purpose, we know that the student should have some roll number, then student will have some flag and name. Now, instead of SE computer, what we'll do, we consider that it is a class student. That will be more better. And he belongs to some class. So I put class is a keyword. So instead of using class keyword, I put class 1. Everyone getting the data structure of the class of the student. Yes, participants. So he will have, student will have the attributes, that is role. Then we'll have the name of the student. Then we have a class, that means either he will belong to some SE computer, T computer, or B computer. So let us assume that by default, the class of the student is SECOM. So we'll give him the default allocation for the data, that is S class name is SECOM. So branch is already included, and we have 3 flags over there. So by default, this flag value is 0. So we'll put the default value for it to be 0. Where to assign this everything is, we have to use the init function. So over here, we have to build the init function, which is having only one parameter, that is self. And in the init function, we will declare that some initialization such as roll equal to 0. So default roll number is 0. Default name, so we can say it is no name. So we'll understand that he is not assigned a name. Then next parameter is class. So we say that class 1 is equal to, similarly we have SECOM. So now this programming will not be taught to you. You already know how to write init functions. So I just declare the init function over here, then roll number, name, and class. Then the next is flag. So these flag are used for understanding purpose, that is CR stand for cricket, or you can take entire word as cricket. So by default it is 0, that means he is not a cricket player, he is a student. Flag underscore badminton, so BDM badminton equal to 0. Then flag not equal to football player, so FB equal to 0. So what it simply means that if we set, now let us observe this value. If we set this value as 1, it means student is a cricket player. Everyone understood this statement of or the meaning of flag cricket. Yes, participants. The meaning of the flag cricket. So when we set the flag value of the logic. So here you
Hello, sir.
Hello. Hello, is it audible? Yes,
Yes,
participant.
sir.
Yes, sir. Now it
Okay,
is audible.
okay. So I'll share the screen again over here. So, okay. What we have done, we have created a class named student, and within the class, we have some attributes that we have defined. Attributes for roll number, name, and default we have given values, that is class 1, that is SECOM. Then we have created a flag. So flag for cricket is 0, means that he is not playing, the student is not playing cricket, neither he is playing badminton and neither he is playing football. So this is the default value. Over here we have to fill the default value in the constructor of the class, that is init function. So we have set the default value as roll number is equal to 0, name is equal to no name, and we have set the default classes as the computer as it was defined. Now we set the default values for the flag. So you can see CR for cricket is 0. But when you set this cricket value to be 1, it simply means the student is a cricket player. Everyone understood this statement. Okay. So if we specify CR equal to 0, it simply means the student is a cricket player. Sorry, it is not a cricket player. And when we set CR is equal to 1, that means he is a cricket player. Similarly, if he is a badminton player, then set the flag for badminton equal to 1. That implies the student is a badminton player. That is for football player. So if you set FB equal to 1, it simply means that he is a football player. So these are the key implications. Now, sometimes happen that a student is not interested in any game or he is left one of the games. So what we can do, we can reset for them. So there is a reset option we have to create it over here, that is reset all. So over here we have discussed about setting the flags as reset all. So you can see this reset all function. What it means, clear all the flags. So you can get the meaning of reset all over here. We have to set all the flags to 0. So now, as far as these flags are being concerned, we got the significance why we have created the flag. Now we are generating a function. So that name of the function is nothing but, I gave the name of the function as set sports. Everyone able to view the function set sports? Yes, participants?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now see that we will have three sports. So we will have the flags. Flag one for cricket, flag 2 for badminton, and flag 3 for football. And if you enter a flag is equal to 0, then it will reset all the values. Now what will happen in flag 1? So this is an algorithmic representation. If flag is equal to 1, then we set the flag of that person to cricket as 1. That means he simply means he is a cricket player. Okay, understood the meaning of that? Flag is equal to 1, that means he is a cricket player, simple. And we add that to the list of cricketers. So we create three lists, one for the cricketer, another for badminton, and another for football. So we append his roll number or add that roll number to the cricket players list. And if the flag is 2, then we say that the player is a badminton player and we append that value of that badminton player into the list 2. Everyone getting this concept? How three lists are being updated? Now if the flag is 3, then we append it to the football player. Okay, so we use the list concept or the array concept to discuss whether he is a football player, whether he is a cricketer, or whether he is a badminton. So there are three lists and each list will have roll numbers of the players. So those roll numbers who which are not in the three list, what it means? Yes, participants, if the roll numbers are not in this three list, that it means he is not playing any sports. Everyone getting this? Okay, so if the roll number is in the list of one of the three, he is clear some of the sports person. So here we have declared the three list. Now our problem statement, let us observe the problem statement. What it says, point number A, able to see the uh, point number A? Yes, participant, in the problem statement.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just read it. List of students who play both cricket and badminton. So now how to compare that if it is in list or not. So I say we have to take one of the elements in the list. So how to do that is use the for loop. So for I in, so it is the list one, suppose list one underscore cricket. So I will be some roll number in the list over here and we have to just compare a particular value. So if again I in list, that is your badminton. So if it is true, then what is happening? The player of the is cricket and badminton. Do you agree with this statement? Yes, participants. Okay, just view the statement that we have to find the student who is playing both badminton and cricket. So in for loop we have just find the roll number. So list one contains cricketers and I is the instance of one roll number or one student in the list, and we are checking that if I is in badminton, that means that roll number exists in badminton, and if it is true, then the student is playing cricket as well as badminton. Everyone understood the concept how query one can be solved. Yes, participants, any question or you have any ambiguity that you are not able to understand the algorithm? So what is list one underscore cricket? That means it will contain all the student roll numbers which are playing cricket. And if any roll number is within these two, that is in badminton, then it simply implies the student is playing cricket as well as badminton, and the query number one is now over here. We have to solve it. So we have to just list that cricket and badminton. So what we have to do? We have to list it in a print statement over here. After this, he implies that he is a cricket player as well as badminton player. The next is simply print of R. So the roll number who is playing cricket as well as badminton will be displayed on the screen. Everyone understood the basic concept of how this can be performed. Or any question? Yes, participants, any questions? Now, list of students who are either playing cricket or badminton but not both. So it is a reverse query now. So what is the reverse query? It simply means that there should be either he is going to play cricket and or he is not going to or he is playing badminton but not both. So this statement we have just inserted, that is over here. If it is found over there, then your answer is don't print for query 2. So over here, don't print the number, name, roll number if it is matching to both the terms. Else you can print that number for not playing cricket, not playing badminton, and you can not playing cricket. Both are omitted. So this is the joining. So over here it simply means the player is playing both the games, and we have to find games. So it is just a else query over there. If it is false, then we can display the list of students that is either playing cricket or is going to play football. So there should be an else part over here that will be solve your query number B. Now let us see query number C. What is C? Number of students who cricket nor badminton. You can directly display the list of football students and those flags which are 0. So we can create a list of students whose flags are 0. Answer over here we have to display the student roll numbers whose flag and football player. So that is your query number C. Let us see for query number D. Number of students who play cricket and football but not badminton. So now here there is, we have to join the two lists, that is student of who are playing cricket and student who are playing football. We have to join it if there doesn't exist a duplicate value. So you have to remove the duplicate values from matching of cricket and football and find list will be compared with the badminton list, and we get the output as the count of the students which are not playing, which are playing cricket and football but not playing badminton. So over here we have to just analyze the list values and duplicate entries should be avoided. So you can see over here, while creating the group, duplicate entries should be avoided. Don't use set between functions. So we have to develop our own set functions over here. That is the key role of our program. So as far as problem discussion is concerned, we have discussed the problem over here, and we are expecting that you try to implement the code in Python, and we will see the comparison of it in tomorrow's session. Yes, participants, any difficulty to understand the coding concept?
No, sir.
Okay, so if you don't have any difficulty to understand the code, I will share the attendance link. Use that same attendance link, and if the subject is there DSL, then it is well. You can select the DSL subject in that, or you select FDS, and over there you can give the attendance for the practical. There, so I'll just share the code for the attendance. That is CO hyphen, it is a fourth session, so we will say that it is fourth session for the practical, and you can put 01. So this is the code of today's DSL practical. Okay, so is there any question regarding today's assignment for practical? If no questions are there, we will stop the sharing over here and session over here. I hope you will able to code for today's program based on the assignment or based on the discussion in the algorithm, and we'll stop the meeting over here.